Okay, let's just clarify one thing. This is not about you trying to say because I'm an Akai fan, I have to just go with Akai, or because I'm a Maschine fan, I have to just go with Maschine. Let us be realistic here. Hello guys, welcome to the studio. Today on Bitbender Studio, we're going to be doing a sampling comparison between the native instrument Maschine Studio and the Akai MPC Live. Trust me, whichever one you have of the Akai, the new Akai devices, it's sampling the same. And also on the Maschine Studio, either Maschine Studio, Maschine MK3, whatever, sampling is the same. We're going to basically just walk you through how sampling is done here versus how sampling is done here, the workflow versus. So you get to decide which one you think is better or which one you think is, kind of like, well, your choice, which one you prefer. So that's what we're doing today. Any which ways, let us go there. So what I've been able to do is hook up my mic to the sound card that this is powering. And so we're gonna get the audio in here. Then I kind of like reroute this into another sound card that sends the audio to this guy. So the input on the mic will come here. Then I'll basically just transfer it right here. The transfer mode doesn't really matter here. What really matters is how they handle it when it's coming in. So that's what we're looking at. So we're gonna start with this guy in terms of sending the data in. So we'll walk through the step of what happens here when you want to sample. Then we'll do the same thing here. Then you decide, you know what, this is good for me, this is not good for me. Like I said, this is not a measure of how of the overall judgment of each of the system. That's why we're picking apart each of the workflow and then we're doing the versus. Sometimes you realize that some things might be better here, some things are better handled here, but overall we wouldn't go into that. Do you get? So let's go. I think the first thing you do is you need to know where you're. Let's just go to sampling mode first. Easy button, one button to get in here. As you can see, I think my audio is already coming in, but it's coming in on one side because it's external stereo. So what I need to do, that's the first thing. And you also need to be sure that you're getting your input right, which is from here. Like as you can hear, see this one. So if I change it, it goes off. So as you know, you need to also select the correct input here, just to be sure that, okay, this is where I want the sound to be coming from. So here it is. Then the next thing you need to do is make sure when you tap here, you can select if it's stereo, mono, or internal. Internal kind of like means the one when you look back what is being played out, you can loop it back in and reuse or transpose to something else with it. But then from here, anyway, if you are using any of this Maschine device and you do not have this old mode anyway, and you do not have your touch screen your touch sensitivity working on the knobs, you might want to upgrade your firmware. It's now supported. So here I'll select mono, right? Once I select mono, automatically, it pops up on the left and right. And yes, that's it. So what next? I'll just say some one or two things to get it started. So that's the second phase. So I click on sampling, change this to mono, specify whatever this one is, maybe just the input, right? Specify my input. 3 steps already, right? Then another thing here, before I start, I like to set the threshold. Now, if I click here, the recording mode, it gives me detect, sync, and loop. Well, for this, what we're trying to do now, we're going to put it on detect. So the reason being, I want to use this threshold. Do you get this particular threshold? So that means once it gets here, starts recording. So I can take it down like this. See all the steps we're doing already. Select sampling, change the input, the source, maybe it to be mono or whatever, change the inputs. Then we'll click here, we'll select the recording mode, then we'll select the threshold. Okay, then we'll hit start. When we hit start, to be waiting for a feedback, and the moment that feedback comes in, automatically it starts recording. That means when the threshold, when the audio passes this threshold. So let's go. Let me hit start, be quiet, and I'll start talking. Then you see how it start recording. Hello guys, welcome to Bitbender Studio, your #1 studio in Africa. Stop. Don't mind me. Yeah, we hope to become that one day. So that's what you have right now. Then if you want to start working on it, let's just quickly take one two step. You want to start working on what you've just recorded right now. The next thing to do will be to go to edit. Inside edit, say one button to enter edit. Then the first thing I like to do is to normalize. Like this, yours might be default on truncate, but I like to come to normalize, then apply. Now, from here, you can listen to what you've done.
Hello guys, welcome to Beatbender Studio, your #1 studio in Africa.
Yep, there you go. So now with what you have right now, the options available for you, let's say you want to slice, right? You need to slice it, and that's what we're going to stop for this particular, for Maschine Studio, just slicing. If I click on slice, I'll have to select slice mode. Maybe manual that I do myself, or grid. It's already giving me that, or split, or detect. Detect exactly, this one is also available here, but then let's go. Let's say I want to do split. The slices here is giving me 4, right? I can only do 4, 8, 16, 32, like in that order. Wow. Okay. If I come to grid mode, I can also do the 8th, the 16th, and the 32nd. Do you get? Like, so I can't do 6. Why can't I do 6? Why can't I do 10? So this will definitely force me to do it manually and then be changing them one by one, be arranging them, because and then the ones I don't need, I'll probably take them off, something like that. Do you get that? And that is basically how you take in your sample here. Don't forget, for every other thing you can do here, it's way beyond that. You can also, after normalizing, you can reverse, you can fade in, you can fade out, you can fix any of this, you can silence, you can cut. And because you have 2 screens to work with, this allows you to do some bunch of, let me see, okay, what's even applicable here? Okay, so this is to stretch, kind of like, okay, then this is to move it. So this zooms in and out, then this moves in from left to right. So this zooms in, this moves from left to right. And anywhere you add, you can now start, performing your magic here by, okay, you know what, let me reduce it, let me shift it, so that's what you get. Put it back here. So let's say when you want to slice, for example, this will zoom it, this will move it to the left, or to the right. So if we're on the first one, then you can now start, checking out your start and then your end for each of them, something like this. So because it's not touch screen, you basically just have to, get used to your knobs here. And that will be all for the Maschine Studio. Like I said, we're not doing much. We just want to talk about the sampling workflow, how you getting your audio, in the Maschine Studio, and then start chopping those processes. Now that you've seen that, right? I'm going to send the same thing over here. Then let's see how it works on the Akai MPC. First step, you go to your menu, hit the sampler. Now, right here, you already have your inputs. You have maybe that you want to use a mono or stereo. This is where you do that simply. Then your inputs, well, based on how many you need, I think I have up to like 4 and all that, because I'm connected to a sound card and external device. So yes, I select input 3 and 4 because that's where I actually route the external the sound card that Native Instrument is connected to. That's where I routed it to. So yes, and then I want to select. Let me try and let me arm it first. Hello. So nothing is coming in here yet, right? Because I'm supposed to actually tap on something here, and then I want to tap this so that I can play what you have here. So let me just cancel this. Blah blah blah. Let me discard. Yeah. So.
Hello guys, welcome to Beatbender Studio, your #1 studio in Africa.
That's exactly what I want to send here, right? And for me to do that properly, now I've known the threshold. All I need to do is take this down a little bit, Then I arm this dude and I press this.
Hello guys, welcome to Beatbender Studio, your #1 studio in Africa.
Stop. It's asking me straight away, okay, where do I want to see what I want to do with it? So let me just go to edit right away. And we're here. In edit mode, look at some of the things I can easily access right away, right? But like I said, we're not going into that, right? Let's go into the slice. We want to start chopping. Let me go into, my chop. Then I go to, I'm on manual right now, where I can easily start doing all of this because it's touch screen, so it also helps. Don't forget that your queuing buttons also can do that for you. But then I go to threshold or I go to regions. Do you get? I can easily do that from here. And anyone I select, I'm not limited by the number of slices, right? And then I can jump around with this slice. And anywhere I am, I can easily adjust the start and the end, just like that. If I'm on the third one, I can easily adjust it. So, but from what I'm seeing here, this is not, it's not kind of like restricting me on the number of slices that I basically want to have or something. It's not doing that for me. It's not the regions, for example. I'm able to select, let's say I need 5 out of it, I need 4 out of it, I need 7 out of it. I'm able to do that, and then I'm able to quickly just start chopping, chop along. Instead of me to be, be boxed into the 4, 8, 16, 32, I have the liberty to, just move things around myself. So, like you see, that's the workflow simply here. Like I said earlier, we're not going to be doing anything crazy. And then the first thing I did here, where I normalized and all that, it's also applicable, it's available here as well. You can just choose to do that if you basically just click on process. Then you have all the options here. You can silence, extract, normalize, reverse, fade in, fade out, and all that. Then you can change the gain. So let me also normalize here and then see what it gives me. Do it.
Studio in Africa. Hello guys, welcome to Beatbender Studio, #1 studio.
So
studio
this is
in
the one I
studio in studio in Africa.
Anyways, now as you can see, there you have it, how to sample on your Maschine Studio versus how to sample on the Akai MPC. Let me know in your comment section below which one you feel is more seamless. From your own point of view, which one is more seamless? Okay, let's just clarify one thing. This is not about you trying to say because I'm an Akai fan, I have to just go with Akai, or because I'm a Maschine fan, I have to just go with Maschine. Let us be realistic here. Tell us which one do you think, which workflow do you think is actually better? Like, let's just give it, no, this guy is better, or this guy is just better in terms of sampling, how to send data in and then process it like this, chop it up. Which one do you think is better in terms of workflow? That's why we're here and that's what we're doing. So that'll be all for now. I still await your comment. I hope this will not generate some bombs. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and we will see you in the next one. Yeah.
Hello guys, welcome to Beatbender Studio, your #1 studio in Africa.